Well, good. Welcome, everyone.
5 people on Instagram,
and kind of what we're going to do tonight is not only have a lot of fun, but we are going to do a shop tour for one thing, okay? And then we're going to have an epoxy picnic. Now, where the word epoxy picnic derives from is because the social media department hears a lot of posts or people that visit or people that actually phone in and say, I'm looking at your place online and it looks like you could eat off the floor. So with Kelly and Lucas being Kelly and Lucas, they ran with it, okay? So they feel like that we need to actually eat off the floor. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat off the floor tonight. We're gonna have a picnic and to kind of show you around. Lucas and I will get started. We're gonna do kind of an informal shop tour. And as we finish up with that, then I believe, kids, that we are going to eat, right? So do you guys know what's on the menu?
Hot dogs, cake, and
Sweet.
chips.
What kind of pie? My favorite.
1, 2.
What
Yours
kind
too?
is it? What kind of
Kind
pie?
is it?
Sugar cream.
So when we get started and we talk about, we do ship out things. So we call this the front area up here. We do ship up here. We ship UPS. And then the shop manager, Lynetta, is all the way in the back corner because I don't want to hear. So she's all the way in the back corner and I don't have to put up with her.
She doesn't have to look at your
And
mug.
she don't have to see me. So we put her all the way in the corner, okay?
Well, we did that on purpose so she wouldn't have to mess with you.
Wow.
Your mug.
Well, that's a great thing.
Yes. Hey, and by the way,
So-
look at this thing up here on the wall, this coat
Yeah,
rack.
I wonder who made that.
Guess-
that coat rack.
Guess what?
Bunch of garbage.
That's from Spring Street Style.
That's
Who
a
is that?
bunch of garbage.
Who is Spring Street Style?
I don't know.
I
who it
almost sold that thing.
is. Nah.
No, it's
Nobody
good.
wanted it.
Yes, they did want it, but I wanted it here. All right.
All right. So what we kind of do up front is we kind of put a bike on display right at the front entrance of our shop, simply to show our work. And so actually we have an SL70 on display, a K0. So that's up here. Then when you walk over here and go to the immediate right, what we try to do in this, we try to keep on the top shelving, we keep the SL skin kits, what we call the skin kits. We keep those available and that starts the top row. And as you come down, we've got boxes of either actually mufflers or air filters. And then we have tires for the MR50 and rims and hubs already mounted. And then when you look over to your right, you'll see Z50s already mounted. You come down on the third shelf and you'll see there's Z50 tires and rims over there already mounted. And then we go into our CT70 department. These guys are all mounted and ready to go. And then last but not least, we keep SL70 tires and rims already mounted. So during the day, you're wondering, you see polish, powder coat, chrome is actually down here.
I tried to move it, it was too heavy.
Yeah. Chrome is down there and zinc is here. So what we do is we keep each of our products that are shipped out usually once or twice a week. Zinc's probably twice a week. And what we do, we keep them in bins and we keep them ready to go. Now, before we send those out, not necessarily the chrome or the powder coat, but the polish and the zinc, we prep those before they go out. Because if you don't prep them and do a good job of getting red, especially on the zinc stuff, if you don't do a good job about blasting them to start with, they are going to show through on rust.
How do you prep them? How do you prep
we
them?
prep them and we blast them first with what we call a beaded glass, a number 8 beaded glass.
Gotcha.
And we prep them first before we ever send them out. So that kind of brings you along this line, and then let's continue on down the line. This is our Mr. 50 organizational bin, so this is anything to do with our grips, with anything to do with the anodized parts that we re-anodize and put on there. This is all the Mr. 50 grips here. Anything to do with the parts, this is actually the spokes for that. These are the top plates for that Mr. 50 as well. And then over there, you'll see we carry bearings and seals. That is for the Z50, the CT70, the SL70, and the MR50 as well. So when you enter in here to the carburetor depot, this is carburetors that are currently done, waiting on the engines to come back. This is a Z50 carburetor that has been completely rebuilt, okay, and gone through. This has been vapor honed on the outside, all new guts on the inside. This is ready for the engine when it comes back. This right here is an ultrasonic machine. Everything comes out of the vapor blaster, goes directly into the ultrasonic machine to get cleaned before it actually gets starting assembly.
Ooh.
So yeah, there you go. And so when you open this up, this is the drawer that we keep all of our, to send out with our engines going to the engine shop. We usually try to do the stators here. And then you can tell that we have all the stators already pre-done up. This happens to be an Hitachi 4-speed stator. This thing is all done, rebuilt, and ready to go.
That's almost pretty.
So we keep our stators up here, keep them rebuilt. And then as you come into here, we keep all of our speedo cables. Each one of these drawers, there's not tools in them, it's actual parts. This is our front hub department right here. We keep our front hubs up here, or as far as our backing plates go for the front of the CT70 and SL. And then down here, you'll see the triple trees are already polished and ready to go there. So we go through each one of these drawers. This is our cable department for our Z50s. And then we'll continue and go on down here. This is probably the cabinet that everybody likes to look in the most. Okay, I don't know if it's clean or not, but usually it is. So this cabinet here has everything to do with anything with the CT70, the Z50. It has to do with the hardware. So actually we keep a lot of ignition stuff in here. We keep a lot of our springs in here. We keep our barrel nuts. We keep our speedo gears in here as well. Front reflectors as well here. Stanley front reflectors go here, and everything is labeled. And Lynetta is currently working with a gun that we are going to be able to zap our inventory, and everything gets inventoried in and everything gets inventoried out as far as that
Now that's
goes.
your job, right?
No.
Inventory out?
Oh yeah, the inventory out. I got
Oh.
to take care of that. You're right.
Yes.
I got to do that, but I'm
Yes.
not doing the inventory in.
There's whooshes.
And we need a barcode scanner, not an actual gun.
Right.
That's what we meant by that.
Right. That's
Oh.
what we meant. by
Barcode
that.
scanner.
Right.
Barcode scanner.
Facebook
for the proper
Facebook
terms.
may, they
Right.
may hear that word and not
Yeah, not
that.
like that too much.
And then, so when you come to the next cabinet, like I said, there's not tools in these. These are shocks that's already prepped. These are shocks that we're waiting bikes to be painted. When it comes, the shock tops come back from the paint shop. We'll actually put them on and get those made and get ready to install them on the bike. But these are the shocks that actually go on there. The next drawer down, empty. These are actually, what's in this drawer is the OEM or NOS. They're actually rear sprockets for the Mr. 50. Okay.
Ooh, Mr. 50.
So pretty cool. We got several of those.
Mr. 50's on my mind.
Brake department, we keep our brake pads in there. All this is our axles. Everything to do with any of the 4 models that we currently do now, that's is axles, and axle nuts are in this drawer down here. This drawer here is anything to do with our graphics. All of our graphics are in these next two drawers. Right here, anything to do with the labels, any warning labels, any kind of side badges, anything to do with that is in these two drawers. These are SL70 backing plates in this drawer.
I've got my camera on that cake. Look at that cake.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to get into the
CT70
cake.
backing plates as well. So as we come over here, up here, this is more of the electronics cabinet. Anything to do with stator repair
There's
kits.
Spencer.
We have carburetors in here.
Terry, come on over.
We have over here, we have ignition coils and headlights. So that's what we got going through that area.
And what is this up above here? This is
Yeah,
past life.
past life right up there.
Did
Yeah.
y'all know that Tracy used to play golf and teach golf?
So
This kid,
Yeah, that's me.
back in the day.
So right here's anything to do with front forks for a K0. So depending on where it's a Z50 or a CT70, we keep the forks already pre-made up. These are sent back. These are re-chromed, and then we put them together and getting ready to install them in the bike when it shows up. So that's pretty cool to have all that stuff done up ahead of time.
Is that your fishing tackle box?
No, that's my electrical box,
Oh,
actually. Now, this is anything to do with handlebars, headlights, heads down there, tail lights already pre-assembled and ready to go. This is handlebars for the SL70. MR50's already got them on the bike.
What's on those bottom two shelves there?
This is head pipes for a Z50, so that's the first section of it, okay? And then down there is the cylinder heads.
Gotcha.
Now, the next one will be one of the better shelves that people like to see. In here, we keep all the OEM exhaust. So this is a 7575. This is a K1 original exhaust here. And then when you come over to here, you'll see the HMO45. That will be a K2. So this is a K1 muffler ready to go, and this is a K2 muffler ready to go. So we have this on the top shelf up here. This is tail lights, headlight buckets, engine cradles, exhaust guards, front and rear fenders for the Z50, as well as air filter buckets. Canister for a KO.
what's this up here?
That is the lineup of what is left that's not mounted on the bike. These are Mr. 50's exhaust, ready to go. They are all assembled, all powder coated, and these are original and they've been re-chromed. So these are kept up there until we get ready to install them. This cabinet you wouldn't hear anything about. That's just a cleaning cabinet. We keep all of our cleaning supplies. And one of the comments that people make during the day is, how often do you clean? How do you get anything done? So what we try to do is basically in the morning, everything is all clean. When we come in, we get started usually around noon, right before we go to lunch. Then we take a break, we sweep up, clean up. We use Fabuloso, spray a lot. The degreaser makes it smell fresh again. And then along about 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the evening, we go through and clean the entire shop again. So then usually if we work till 6 or 7, it doesn't get that dirty, then it's ready to go for the next day. We do dump the trash here after lunch, and we dump the trash at the end of the day. So we dump trash twice a day here. Now this is our roll around cart. This is going wherever you work at, as far as that goes. Now, here's probably the biggest thing that people ask about right here. when I was building this. I think Lucas took some shots of it. And what this is doing, this is our carburetor testing station. What we do back here is we actually rebuild the carburetors back here. Because what we get them stripped, as you can see, these carburetors are stripped, prepped for in the morning. He will come in and he will actually vapor hone these tomorrow morning. And then he's got his rebuild kits that are located up here. This is his shelving full of new parts, or if he finds a bowl that is no good, we actually carry new bowls, so therefore we can just pull out a new bowl. And then we vapor hone this as well, because we make it match the top. So as you can see, there are two different colors there. We want this new bowl to match that right there. So this is actually will turn and be that same color. This carburetor has been tested for right over here out of the test station. So this one is done. It's ready to be put up. And as you can tell here, let's talk about this right here. So we keep gas up there in the top with the valve. You let the flow go down into both of them. We let it set here. We check our float height from the inside. If we've got it set too low, therefore it will not put us enough gas in there. If it's set up too high, it will run out the overflow and spew out here on the ground. So we make sure we test all of our carburetors right here for leaks. That way we're not doing that when the engine comes in and it's getting all over the new painted cylinder of the engine or side covers. So we actually do all the testing, the leak testing down right here. So that's what we do with this apparatus here. So as you come over here, Safety Clean is the people that we use for our parts washer. We use that. The first little cabinet that you come to happens to be number 8 beaded glass. It is for cylinder heads, for the heads, and or mainly we do a lot of hubs here. So we actually use this one to to blast the aluminum parts, okay? Because when we're going over here in just a second, we do use all Scat Blast cabinets, very good company made locally in Ohio. We use this bigger cabinet for all of our steel. We use it for the frame, and everything else is all done in this cabinet here, okay? So yeah, people usually ask me, how often do you change out media? And probably we change out the media at least once a week, okay? So right here's the thing you saw about a week, 10 days ago. I think we went on and had this. A buddy of mine told me about this design. We're strip these bikes. So what happens is we put this bike up here, we strip it all on the rubber floor so we can contain the mess, but we actually use this. Your tools are automatically in here, and then that way you can go ahead and strip this bike all back in this area, and then you disperse the parts out where they need to be. So this works really well because you can move it around, you can do anything you want with it, and we can have all the mess back here.
So what, you put the parts in here as they come off the bike?
We do, yeah. They just we keep them tracked. Then when it gets full, we whether parts go to chrome, or they go to zinc, or they go to powder coat. So I want to show you guys this, and I want to give a big shout out to the fine folks there at Vapor Blast Industries. They're out of Holland, Michigan. Dylan does a very good job up there. This machine happens to be about 10 days old. It's heated as well as has hot water going into it as well. But this is what we do with our engine cases, and we do our carburetors. Anything that we want to make look brand new, we run through the Vapor Hone machine right here. Mainly aluminum.
Inside here. Ooh.
All of our seats we keep back here. So it makes it easy for us to grab and get up there next to the front and go. We'll start right here with the MR50s. I want you guys to go down the line here. We're gonna start putting wheels on these guys tomorrow or the next day when we get to them. So you can see down here, we've got probably 3 KOs there. There's some others over here. Here's the K1s. You can kind of see the difference. And you kind of got a little choice here. You got what we call Tracy Bling in the polished, okay? And we have polished hubs as well, but that's polished front fork tubes as well as the Cloud Silver. So Cloud Silver was original. It was not polished original. I'll get that question tonight, trust me. So it was come out original. It was Cloud Silver. So these are original, okay? That is not original, but it looks good. There's we normally don't do this. I did this for some folks out of Ohio, but there's a 74 we did for some folks.
They're probably watching.
And I hope so. Pretty cool. So this is a K2 that was finished this morning, okay? So
I like this one.
This is done. And then I set these out because I wanted to show you our original shocks as we finish them up. As you saw, the drawer over there didn't have any tops on it, so this has the tops on it. That's what they look like when we're all done. And over here, until I get to it, it'll be another week or two before I get to installing this motor on the K2. This goes on a Z50 K2. This color of this one is blue and white for a gentleman out of North Carolina. And this is his motor here. So the motor turned out very good for this one.
What's the other motor?
The other one is a CT70. It's a 1970 3-speed. That motor goes into guys in Virginia. And that one is a candy red. This goes in a candy red bike. And then this is the SL that you saw. All right, now look up here.
All right.
Okay, because I've been jonesing to show you guys this, is check out my new stereo system for the shop. All right, two 15-inch subs. Pioneer sound system.
And what good does this do? Anybody?
Oh, it does a lot of good. We can rock out. You gotta rock out in the shop, you know.
We do?
Well, yeah, you don't, but we do. The cool part about this, the epoxy picnic, okay? You get a plate. Let me show you. This is cool. You make yourself a hot dog like this, okay? Now, I'm not gonna put anything on it yet because I wanna show you something. So follow me over here.
Okay.
So as you come over here and you sit down, right?
Are you gonna sit
Hold
down?
the dog. Yeah. So as you sit down, hold her. Because she'll come this way. You actually say, whoops.
Oh!
See, you drop it. But that's the nice thing about the epoxy picnic. You don't even have the 5-second rule. You can go ahead and put it on the floor, just like that, right? Put it back in its bun, and just
Oh, okay, that was not a part
Grab
of
it.
the plan at all.
And I'm telling you, it's fine. The 5-second rule does not apply to the epoxy picnic. I'm telling you, it's fine.
But what was the point of that demonstration?
To show you that it's clean enough to eat off the floor.
And look at Madsie. She's licking it. She's licking the floor. One thing I do want to mention,
Is
I don't know if you guys can see this.
that'll be the MR50 spec tag.
Yep, this is a spec tag draft that just came in today from Baker Design. And Brendan sent this to me this afternoon. So we've had such nice weather, I was able to take the finished Mr. 50 out front and take pictures of it. And I got an up close picture, thank you, of the front tire. And then Lynetta was able to hold the back of the bike while I took pictures of, it's basically just 3/4 of the bike that goes on the front of the
Nice.
spec tag. So we'll look this over tonight. I'm sure Brandon did an amazing job with all the verbiage and the numbers and such, but these
He
will,
does great work.
they will, one of these will come with a bike, whether restored and or purchased, and also a t-shirt.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So someone asked in the comments on Facebook, of all the toolboxes, which are the best?
Yeah. So of all the toolboxes out there in today's, I'm gonna say that there's two. I checked out the Snap-on, of course, is a great toolbox, but actually Harbor Freight makes a new box called Icon. It's ICON, okay? And that toolbox is legit.
What makes it good?
Just the rollers, the bearings, the rollers, the thickness of the metal in the drawers, and slow close. Just like if you guys in your kitchen have what we call slow close doors, where you can kind of just shove it closed, but then it gets within about 2.5 inches and it starts going real slow as it shuts. That does the same thing. So I really like Snap-on or the Icon from Harbor Freight.
I noticed Tracy wears a lot of car brand performance shirts. Does he have any vintage cars?
Yeah,
Oh.
do not have any vintage cars. The only reason that I wear these, Jeff, is because if you go on to holly.com, you will find they're called the home of the $10 t-shirt. Now, the good thing about the home of the $10 t-shirt is that you can actually get $5 t-shirts, okay? So they run a clearance on some outdated stuff, so you can actually get a t-shirt for $5, okay? Probably maybe with this one, I didn't get it for $5, probably had to give 10 for this one, but I don't want to give too much over $10 for a t-shirt.
Because he ruins them.
So, yeah, great question, Jeff. Thank you very much.
So is this a real company or is it
This
fake?
is a real company. No,
It is?
yeah. No, they make intakes. Yep.
Well, how can
Sure
they
do.
offer cheap t-shirts like that?
Well, I don't know, because they can. They want to get their name out there. Marketing. Any
so
other questions?
I'm getting a lot of questions about the Mr. 50s,
Yeah.
when they're going to be done,
Okay.
and how many are...
So 2 are done right now. Okay.
Okay.
And I would say by next Friday, I will have 3 more done. So 1 more K0 and 2 K1s. So in 1978, Kelly, her dad, purchased brand new from the Honda dealership, this is June of 77 actually. The other picture is in August of 78.
Oh, in the snow?
No, February of 78.
February, right.
February of 78.
Yep.
So this one, it shows Kelly, and get
toss it
up
up here.
close. So that is the actual photo, brand spanking new bike. That is her on a MR50 K1. Brand new from the Honda dealership here in Indiana.
I think I almost tore my dad's hand off riding that bike because I didn't know how to ride it yet. And I think I gave it a little too much gas and I think I was headed for a tree.
All right, guys, thank you guys for viewing. We're gonna get going for now.
What do you got planned for the next
And
week? Just MR50s?
So, no, we've got 4 speeds coming in, okay, from paint. I've got 1 3-speed. Oh, I got a big bore kit I've got to do for a guy in Michigan. Kind of excited about that. Big bore kit this week, starting next week. And like 4 of the 4 speeds. And I've got orange topaz, blue-green candy, okay, and emerald green. So thanks everyone for being here. I hope you enjoyed the shop tour. We sure did. I enjoyed eating a picnic, the epoxy picnic.
Yep.
And until next time, we thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. And we will see you all later. Thanks
Right
again.
on. Right on.